Hi friends, welcome back to Amazing Women's World. In this video, I've come up with Smocking designer blouse in an easy way. Thanks to one and all for watching and subscribing to my channel. If you're watching for the first time, I would be welcoming Radha, fashion designer. Every week new uploads. Subscribe and stay tuned to watch more videos of latest fashions and trends. So let's start our project with the drafting. Mark the margin line on the top wherein we'll mark the shoulder length and the neck width of 3 inches and the shoulder length of 6.5 inches. Mark the shoulder slope of 1 inch. Connect that to the neckline. Mark the armhole length of 6.5 inches. Also mark the midpoint of the armhole. On that we'll mark the chest line of 9.5 inches. With the seaming allowance of 1.5 inches. Ensure to mark the quarter part of full body circumference measurements. Connect all the points to the armhole line. Now mark the curved line connecting to the chest line with the midpoint of the armhole. Required length of the blouse is 14 inches. Also mark half an inch for the seaming allowance from the shoulder line towards the waistline. On the marked line, we would be marking the waist length 8.5 inches with the seaming allowance of 1.5 inches. Please take note that the measurements can be customized as per your requirement, and here I'd be marking the quarter part of body measurements. Also give the seaming allowance of 1/4 inch towards armhole shoulder line. Now I'd be marking the shoulder length of 2.5 inches all around the armhole. Whatever the shoulder length would be, mark that length around the armhole. And give the curved shape connecting the dotted lines. Towards the waistline, mark 1 inch. Now we'll connect that 1 inch point to the neckline, marking V shape. Now start cutting on these marked lines. We have to give seaming allowance of 1/4 inch wherever we'll give the joining. Please do concentrate on the shapes you are cutting because the seam will be transformed on the fabrics to create the designer pattern, which is most important. We would be getting 3 shapes like this. The deep of the neck is your required length. Here I'd be using the contrast colors which is matching to the saree. Using of contrast colors is suitable for any type of sarees. For this project, I'd be using the raw silk of green and pink. Pink is for the bodice, which is of 80 centimeters, and 1/2 meter of green color raw silk fabric with a gold tissue. Laid the chart piece on the green color and trimmed 2 pieces of raw silk with the lining of 2 pieces with the seaming allowance of 1/4 inch towards the curved area. This is one of the style of raglan sleeve style. Now lay the pretty part on the lining. Lay it right on right and should sew towards the curved area, leaving 1 centimeter seaming allowance. Start sewing. The same way you should sew for another piece. See, I am done with the shoulder part. Now give the slits without crossing the thread line near the curved areas. Flip towards the pretty side and give the gentle press. Now it's turn to prepare for the bodice. Lay the bodice strap pattern on the folded piece. Mark and cut accordingly both the pretty bodice and the lining with the seaming allowance towards the neck and the armhole side. See, I got the two pieces with the V shape on the bodice, and towards the sides I have given the notches for the free assembling. Now lay the pretty part on the lining and should give the basting stitch, giving the edge seaming. All around the neckline and the armholes. Lay both together, secure with the pins. Start sewing, giving the basting stitch. Basting stitch is nothing but the highest stitch length in your sewing machine. I am using the contrast color thread to make it visible. This way we will align both pretty bodice with the lining. Done with the basting stitch. Now I'll be preparing the piping. Inserting the cord in the bias, center towards the wrong side, and you should sew on the top just adjacent to the cord. Using the gold tissue for the bias to elevate. Trim the extra raw edge with the 1 centimeter seaming allowance. Now place the piping on the bodice like this. Place right on right and should sew towards the raw edges. Just adjacent towards the wrong side of the piping. Start joining with the neckline. Reaching towards the end of the V, make it straight and sew it. That means the bodice should be placed straight, parallel to the piping, and sew it. We have to give the slit towards the wrong side on the piping for the flexi move and to give the perfect shape. Small slit like this without crossing the thread line. Now this is the piece which I'll be joining in the center, giving the pin tucks. Mark the straight lines of 1 inch, nearly 16 to 20, depending upon your requirement. Using the pin tucks, we'll prepare the smocking. On the marked lines, we'll fold 1/4 inch and sew it. I'm done with this pin tucks. So this is how it looks. Now I'll give the gentle press. See, once done the pressing, it would look like this. Now mark 1 inch vertically as shown. Now you can see the center line. Give the stitch line on the center. Now flip all the pin tucks against the sewn line. Give the stitch line with the gap of 1 inch. So one side it would be the straight and one side the pin tuck should be reversed. We'll get the wavy type look on this piece of fabric. It's just once upside and once move the pin tucks towards the downside. Done with one side smocking. Follow the same instructions and complete the pattern. Do concentrate on neatness and the fine finishings. Done with the smocking part. Now I'll lay the lining piece on this and I'll stitch towards the 3 sides. for concealing raw edges. Now flip towards the pretty side. Ensure that the corners has got the perfect shapes. Ready with the center piece of the bodice. Now we'll assemble all together to create the designer pattern. Lay the bodice pattern on the smoking like this. Mark it with the required length. Ensure to match the V corner with the smoking center. It's better to place the draft on the smoking like this on the center and give the markings for the perfect shape. Main concentration of this blouse to elevate the smoking, so do concentrate for the perfection of the shapes. Now lay the bodice on this smoking pattern, secure with the pins on the marked lines. See, this is how it looks. Now just adjacent towards this piping we have to sew it. Here I have changed the piping footer. Now you can see here, you cannot see the thread line. Just for the visibility I have used the contrast thread. And towards the back side it would look like this with the concealed raw edges. Now I'll use this gold tissue bias, concealing one side. Now I'll join this bias on these patches, laying right on right, leaving the little part of gold tissue. Start sewing, giving the edge seaming towards the curved area. For creating piping without using the cord towards the curved area. Now flip the gold tissue towards the wrong side. You can see here, just adjacent to the piping, give the stitch line. Ensure that the stitch line should not come on the bodice. You can see here nice piping is creating towards this curved area on the patch. Also do the same thing for the another side patch. Now it's turn to assemble these patches on the bodies. For that, lay the draft and mark the seaming allowances. Now I'll lay the patches on the marked lines and give the top stitch for the joining. This also you have to sew just adjacent to this piping. Follow the same instructions and join another side patch. Now on these patches you can give the straight stitch. Here I'd be using the silk thread of contrast color, which is of the body's color, and also marked the lines of 1/2 inch gap, and that I am sewing. Like this you have to sew on the 2 patches for the final decorating, and you can also use the laces just adjacent to the piping. And get ready to watch the final look of the designer smoking blouse. It's really looking very beautiful. And in this smoking you can also join the pearls for the designer finishings. You can see the neat and fine finishings. I've also given the darts, much more concentrated on elevating the smoking with the piping. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Support me hitting the like button. Having any doubts, do write to me in the comment section just below the description box. Also leave your valuable suggestions and recommendations. Try this, you'd love to wear it. Please do share this video in your community of circles, may be useful to them. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to watch more. Bye for now.